I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's why you really gon' need me.
Yeah, I've been on the road chill. 31, baby, living out my dream still. I just got off a tour, the product in store. I'm playing, I'll be rocking with the guy in the horse. Yeah, you just hopped in the coupe, got lock in the shoes. I worship his Zeus, you not gonna shoot. I'm watching you do the campaign, swear I'm blocking these fools. I got studio time, I got my watch in the booth. Yeah, they be praying on my downfall. I'm an outlaw, switching pulls every stanza like Southpaw. How come your mouth off when y'all soft? No, you see me on the trampoline, about to bounce off. Yeah, it's a matter of time. I know you see me standing in the front, back of the line. I happen to grind every minute, passing the time. We ain't never been friends. How you acting like mine? Y'all need contentment. Y'all got resentment. God's grace lead to repentance. You live for mentions that make me question how you gonna handle a gift if you don't know how to stew a blessing. You can't do it. You don't want a dream chase. You don't put your hands to it. You know the circle strong. 4th and 40 got a punt. No, I don't do what I want. I do it for the kingdom come. I ain't know that I was flowing. I ain't showing sign of slowing. I am going for the juggler, mate. The one to debate. But you seem to want it for free. I ain't doing video unless I'm gonna get paid. Yeah, I've been working on a gift. I ain't doing free shows. You can call me here again. You can call me what you want. It's really absurd. Just because you the church doesn't really mean you don't have to pay me what I am worth. Woo.
I ain't tryna see your hand out. No freebies, better pay out. Y'all so cheap, man, we stay out. Feel like a breeze, don't play around. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's why you really gon' need me. Y'all better pay for the CD. Y'all better pay to come see me. They left the whole crowd sleepy, and that's when you really gon' need me.
I've been on the road, I've been doing shows. Now we eating steak, remember sleeping on the floor. I'm still at the gas station when the time was cold. In the kitchen, hot, still trying to flip it out the stove. Rocking fake J's, praying that nobody know. Watch them take my dog away, it was way too hard to stay composed. Fight to see the light of day, all this blood on my clothes. I was tired every day, green light, it's time to go. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Die too young. 100 miles per hour, I might crash, cause the good die young. Yeah, the good die young. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Right back where I left because I know my people needed me. Diamond in the rough, I don't know what it is they see in me. Go down as a legend in my city cause we beat the streets. Trying to spread the wealth around the block, no I can't keep from me. Told me I should leave. I see the bigger picture and it's way bigger than me. Can't be living like a king, but my people need to eat. If I got it, then you got it, we gon' get back on our feet. And I put it on me. I don't wanna live life fast or die too young. Or die too young. 100 miles per hour, I might crash cause good die young. Yeah, but here I come. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back home. Y'all coming back home. I'm coming back home. Y'all coming back. Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Cause I'm coming back home. Write my name in the stone. Cause I'm coming back home. Yeah, I'm coming back home.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. And I'm sorry, guys. Dave Digital just got me cracking up. Right before we go live, Dave, trying to be serious, do a live stream here, and Dave's got me cracking jokes in the chat, calling me the man, the sniff, the legend. And if you know about Mrs. Candle's hand, you will know what he's referring to. But what is going on, Candle Mafia? Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's live stream, guys. We got a lot of really saucy TA to take a look at today. Are we going to see Bitcoin get one last pump to the upside before we see a significant sell-off here, or a little bit of a more, I don't want to say a sell-off, but more of a significant correction to come in here in the near future, guys? Because as you know, Bitcoin has been on quite the tear with very, very little significant pullbacks. And as you guys know, those healthy pullbacks are needed if we want to continue these moves to the upside. So I want to be taking a look at a couple of bearish signals we can watch out for that may signify or indicate the chance that we will get that move to the downside. And I'll talk to you guys about why I am potentially looking for one more last tiny little push to the upside before finally getting that move back down. So smash that like button, guys. If you just came in, smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure, where you guys will all have multiple chances to win a bunch of free stuff. Free hats, free crypto, free Aztecian cactus, moss water koozies, there's a lot of free stuff. Free premium Discord memberships. We give away a whole lot of stuff on this channel, guys. We got a huge giveaway on Friday. So we're going to be racking up those giveaways. Smash that like button. The more likes, the more wins. And the more wins, the more free stuff. The poorer I get, but the richer you guys get, which is the whole point of this YouTube channel to begin with. So, guys, before we jump into the TA, I want to jump in and say what is going on to chat, because I see you guys going ballistic in the chat already here. Let's see who we got in. We got Dauntless saying salut. What is going on, bro? We also got Ken Saunders in the house. He says, goat in the house. Shout out to all the goats out there. If you guys are familiar with the farm animal goats, we love them here on the YouTube channel. But anyway, shout out to you, bro. We got Dave Digital in the chat cracking those last-minute jokes, trying to make me crack a smile before I go live. Can't complain about that. We got Caffeinated Crypto. What is going on, man? We got Servando Estrada in the chat. What is going on, bro? Glad to see you in here. Thank you for tuning in. We got French Toaster, Wayne C. We got Crypto Cowboy. What is going on? We got Derelict. What is going on? Dropping that nose emoji right next to my face. You guys are too funny with the Mrs. Candle's hand sniffs. And then shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat. He said, I TP'd all 3 leverage trades. Thanks, Frank. Shout out to Dave Digital starting off the live stream with a quick win. Oh, wow, that was the delayed. That was a delayed reaction there on the money falling. But shout out to Dave Digital. Congrats on taking your profit, bro. You know, if you don't pay yourself when you're in the green, you can quickly find yourself back in the red. So you got to pay yourself when the money's on the table, guys. And shout out to Dave Digital. Congrats on your win, bro. We got John Vucci in the chat. Red Elephant, what is going on? Saw him in the premium Discord earlier. Shout out to everybody in the kitchen, or the premium Discord as they like to call it. I like to call it the kitchen. Shout out to Cause I Can Bump It. What is going on? Wolfman ate my crypto, who is responsible for those awesome Aztecian Cactus Mosswater koozies. Shout out to him. But thank you guys for all being here. I appreciate every single one of you guys. I don't just say that because I'm on camera. I say it because I truly do appreciate you guys showing up every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And with all that being said, guys, we got some TA to do. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the charts. Here we go. So here we are, guys, on the Ethereum chart, which is not where we want to be. We want to go over to the Bitcoin chart, right? This is Bitcoin TA. But, guys, actually, real quick, real quick, guys, before we actually jump into the TA, I want to make a pretty cool announcement here. Shout out to anybody out there using Lux Algo, guys. We are now officially sponsored by Lux Algo. Shout out to Sean and the Lux Algo team for sponsoring this live stream. I really appreciate it, guys. So shout out to them, guys. Throw those Lux Algo emojis in the chat if you love Lux as much as we do. And now they are an official sponsor of the channel, which is awesome. We are sponsored by some really good people here, and we're super happy to be working with the Lux Algo team with this sponsorship. It's going to be really cool. And we're going to be taking a deep look into Lux Algo a lot more. And I'm going to kind of show you guys, more specifically how I use Lux Algo, not only to just trade, but also how to confirm your trade entries with Lux Algo in many different ways. If you guys don't know a lot about Lux Algo, obviously they have a whole lot of features. I don't even know what to call it. It's a premium indicator, and they have a million different features. I absolutely love it. So shout out to Lux Algo. Thank you guys for sponsoring the channel. And we'll take a look at Lux Algo in a few minutes here. But shout out to them. I just wanted to announce it. We are officially sponsored by Lux Algo. So shout out to Sean. Maybe he'll pop in here at some point. And if he does, when Sean, we just see that Lux Algo check mark in the chat, guys. Drop that Lux Algo emoji. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Here we go. So obviously, guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart. Now, looking at the daily, we haven't, when was the last time we talked? On Friday, right? Well, you guys probably watched that Sunday Sauce video where I broke down my XRP short, but let's talk about Bitcoin here. So last time we spoke, we were kind of in the same scenario we are right now, as Bitcoin has kind of just been consolidating here in this kind of little mini wonked out, sketchy, ugly range right here. Obviously we have this grander kind of volume profile right here. But obviously, guys, we are just continuously, I'm going to come on to the 4-hour chart. We are simply and continuously just bing-bonging around on this level of resistance here, guys, which is our previous value area low. You could see, obviously, we came up here, tested this one time, and then we came down, came up for a second try at this level, and then we have come up, and we are now testing it for a third time. And I'm going to talk to you guys about why I am potentially being cautious of another push back to the upside here to test some of these higher levels before finally getting that bigger correction to the downside we've been looking at. But I want to talk to you guys about why I'm anticipating a potential push up, but we have to understand, guys, obviously just because we are looking for a move up does not mean we are necessarily going to get it. So we're going to be prepared in either case, whether we get this push up, then the big dump, or if we wind up just getting a big dump from these levels that we're at right now. I want to talk about kind of the specific scenarios that I'm looking at and what the likelihood of those will potentially be. But as we come up, I want to start off on the higher time frames and do that top-down analysis with you guys just to get an overarching view of what we're looking at on in the markets, right? So obviously, just continuously testing this resistance here. Weekly VWAP is continuing to work its way down to that zero line. Likely when this crosses over into over the zero line and gives us that weekly red dot, guys, that is potentially where we could see the bigger correction come in. Now, if we pull up the Heikin-Ashi candles, you can see we have had quite a bunch bunch of green Heikinashi candles. And again, once we get that red dot, may be where the trend might want to cool off and get that bigger correction we've been kind of waiting for, to come in here at some point, right? So this thing is obviously not going to go up in a straight line forever. But sometimes when you're in these bullish trends, guys, obviously you can go on for quite some time. Now, this was obviously the 2021 bull run, but you can see here, even in that 2019 kind of fake out bull rally that we had, quite a few green Heikinashi candles here. So not impossible to just have the trend continue to the upside with no red Heikins. But when you get this weekly red dot, this is likely where we will see. We haven't even seen really a red. We haven't even really seen a red regular candle here. So I do think that will likely be a better time than any to potentially get that bigger move to the downside, again, that we've been looking at for quite some time, right? 6-day red dot also looking to print. Your 5-day red dot is currently printing, and then your 4, your 3, and your 2-day have confirmed red dots, and they have been confirmed for a while. And this kind of brings me to that bearish signal. You guys saw it in the title. We don't just put clickbait on the title. When we say must watch this potential bearish signal, there is something I am actually talking about. We're not just putting those words on there so you click. It may help you guys click, but we are actually looking at this stuff, right? This is not just senseless clickbait. And that bearish signal, guys, could be lying on the higher daily time frames, because remember, weekly, 6-day, 5-day. 5-day red dot printing, 6-day and weekly are very, very close to printing those red dots. And then, even the 4-day, pretty fresh red dot. But once you get down to the 3 and the 2-day, you can see that not only do we have a confirmed red dot on the 3-day for quite some time here, as this momentum wave has rolled down quite a bit here, right? This was confirmed on November 3rd, right? So a pretty long time ago. It's already November 20th, right? So this has confirmed a while ago, and you can see the VWAP actually rolling back to the upside here. This is part of the reason why I am anticipating a potential another little push to the upside. And then when you pull up the 2-day, you can see VWAP also rolling up on the 2-day time frame, which is another signal that we could potentially get one more pop to the upside. And you guys know we do have some other levels that are sitting above these highs that we are looking for price to potentially get gravitated to. And we'll touch on those a little bit more in just a second. But this VWAP coming up on the 2-day, once we print this 2-day green dot, guys, likely that 3-day is going to be very, very close behind it. And again, you pull up the daily time frame with the confirmed green dot, I would be much more confident of a push to the upside if we had a fresh green dot here. However, if we are able to print this 2-day green dot, what does this do for us? Not only does it make us potentially anticipate another push to the upside, and we're going to talk about why, like a couple other reasons why it actually makes sense to get sucked up to higher prices here, guys. But, on the 2-day, just clearly looking at Market Cipher alone, you guys can see here, once we print that green dot, we could potentially set up for a pretty nice bearish divergence on the 2-day. Now, this might sound familiar to you. Shout out to Dave Digital. Yo, shout out to the candles in the chat. Let's go. Let's see. Touch on them, please. Shout out to Bad Axe. Does he say touch on? Is he talking about price touching on them key levels, or is he talking about me touching on them candles in chat, guys? I only touch my own candle. I don't know if I could just be out there touching people's candles in chat. So hopefully he's not talking about the candles. Hopefully he's talking about the price targets. I'm just kidding. Shout out to Bad Axe. But this will sound familiar to you guys, because this is actually very similar to what we were looking at as we were approaching these highs right here, as we were testing that key level of resistance that we were looking at, which is the value area low here. But in this case, we were actually looking for the daily bearish divergence with our higher highs on price, lower highs on our momentum waves. And the reason I'm going back in time to look at this, guys, is because it's actually all going to make pretty good sense here. Because we looked for this daily bear div at this key level of resistance, and I'm actually going to go into bar replay mode so it's a little bit more clear, right? This was, I guess this was when? Let's see, November 9th, right? Or November 10th. We were approaching this key level of resistance saying, hey, looks like we could wind up printing this bearish divergence on the daily, which would mean what? Likely we're going to get a rejection to the downside. Now, not only were we looking for a rejection to the downside, and when you guys are looking at something like a bearish divergence on the higher time frame, such as the daily, they can sometimes signal macro tops and very big moves to the downside. But there was a very specific reason why we were being cautious with this daily bear div. And the reason was even when we started printing it, we knew it was likely to give us a move to the downside. But the reason we were being very careful with the short positions up here, and the reason why I did not enter my giga swing short, was simply because, number one, we didn't get my bearish confirmations up here. On top of the fact Not that we didn't get any bearish confirmations, but I didn't get the confirmations I wanted to see to go swing short, right? Plenty of scalp shorts to be had here, and we covered them when we were at this price, right? But, we were being careful, and one of the reasons for that was because if you came on over to the 2-day, our 2-day time frame at that time of the bearish divergence printing was getting very close to printing a green dot. That was kind of making us think like, hey, this might not be that macro short signal we're looking for to get the bigger correction to come in. So I did not take my swing short. Like I said, these bear divs on the daily especially are very unlikely to give you no move at all. And even if it wasn't going to give us that big correction, we were looking at a very high likelihood of some kind of a retracement before putting in a higher low, getting that 2-day green dot, and potentially pushing up again. And what happened on that daily bear div, guys? We did wind up getting the move to the downside. I wound up being correct. Thank God for not entering my short position and not front running my confirmations, because what happened? We came right back up to these prices not too long after that. And then obviously we have kind of just been ranging around here. But the reason I bring up that daily bear div is because the reason we didn't take that giga swing short up here was because, or part of the reason was because of that 2-day green dot. And now we may get to the point where we're going to start potentially seeing this print at some point very soon here, right? And if we do, it may indicate that we are going to wind up taking these local highs, potentially pushing up to some higher targets, which may wind up giving us a stronger signal to go short. And if we are able, like just like we were looking at that daily bear div, right? We were watching this daily bearish divergence and potential correction from before price even got up there. And the reason for it is because we were able to somewhat front run the momentum waves because it looked like we were potentially setting up for that lower high here, and we wound up getting it, right? And we're going to be doing something very, very similar on the 2-day time frame now, right? Because on the 2-day, we have a very, very similar situation, right? We're hitting key resistance, but we're not necessarily looking to go giga short, right? Because the green dot may print here very soon. And if it does, guys, I will be looking for price to potentially come up, break our local highs, and there's kind of two things I'm looking for. But if we are going to get one last push up, I will be looking at some very key levels. We have our previous value area low right here coming in at $37,650. If we're able to get above here and flip it to support, right, and we don't just get another rejection at this level here, right? Obviously, we got the first rejection. We came right back up, tapped that level almost perfectly for another beautiful scalp short. I didn't take that position, just full transparency. I'm just saying it would have been a beautiful opportunity to look for a short. However, we wound up coming back up. Now, understand, guys, I did not enter my giga swing short here. I also did not enter my giga swing short here. Why not? Because I simply did not get the confluences or confirmations that I was looking for. And you can see not only once, sat out here, we've revisited the level, sat out again here, and we are now revisiting the level one more time, right? This is why you don't want to just willy-nilly get into these random positions and just look too short every level of resistance. You have to see the confirmations, you have to have your confluences, and you need to trade your plan. So with that being said, if we do push over these levels, guys, if we can flip that previous value area low and we don't just come up here and reject this level for a third time, or even if we're banging our head on the value area low, right? If maybe we reject from here. But if that does not happen and we do get this next little push to the upside, which we need to be careful about because of that 2-day green dot potentially looking to print very soon, if we push up, the next likely place for price to go if we flip that value area low to support is simply going to be not this monthly naked point of control, which is literally the point of control from this older range that we've been looking at, which is where we got these levels from originally. And you can't really see it right now because of all the lines drawn on the chart, but that POC of the range is sitting right here. So, simply put, we're looking at this as a simple value area. And if we wind up getting above these highs, right, we break these highs, we flip that value area low to support, and we continue up, we are going to be looking at that next key level at about 39K. Now, if this does actually happen, guys, here's the thing. On that 2-day time frame, let's say, right, let's resize here so we can actually see a little bit better. Zoom in, right, and let's go ahead and let's say we do get that push up to that 39K level, right? We put another higher high in. Bada boom, bada bing. What could we potentially set up there, if we do hit that level, or even some of these higher levels, which I'll touch on in 1 minute. But you have your higher highs on your price action into your key levels of resistance, and you wind up, if you get that green dot on the 2-day, you may wind up coming in and putting a lower high in on your momentum waves, which could give you that bearish divergence on the 2-day, which would be an even stronger signal to potentially look for a short it could be potentially stronger than this daily bearish divergence, right? Because if you get that 2-day bear div and we actually get more confirmation, money flow coming out on the medium time frames, etc., this could be that more macro top I was looking for to potentially get the bigger correction to the downside. We'll talk about the support levels in just a second, guys, but I don't want to harp on them too much because they really haven't changed, right? Because we haven't come down yet, which is just another reason why we may want to get another move, which is another reason why I'm looking for that bigger correction, because obviously this has been a very strong move to the upside, and at some point we have to have that healthy correction. But again, there's reasons why we've been sitting out of these short positions and waiting for those higher prices. And, number one, you have to think to yourself, we talked about this on Friday, potentially coming to swing fail these previous highs that we had right here could be an opportunity or something to look for to anticipate if we're going to get the bigger move up or if we're going to reject these highs, right? In my opinion, if we are not going to come up and hit these higher levels, which I guess I'll touch on these right now, number one, we do have a naked point of control coming up here at about 40,275, and then I just have that psychological even $40,000 marked level marked out as well. We also have a naked point of control, depending on what exchange you're looking at or how you're coming up with these naked point of control levels. They will vary depending on where you're looking. There is also a naked point of control that I found on Exo charts at around 40,125. That is going to be another level that you want to keep an eye on. But just generally, guys, between this 39K monthly naked point of control and 40 to 41K, in my opinion, is going to be a big area to reject. Now, again, the way I'm kind of judging if we are going to get that bigger move up is obviously, if we're going to get a slight push to the upside before a bigger correction, we could look at these highs, right? If we wind up coming up and swing failing these highs, that could be, a significant opportunity to come down, right? And that's, in my opinion, the only way that we front run these higher levels at about between 39 to 41 and a half K, right? And this will be something I'm interested in. But again, I will be managing this very tightly depending on when it presents itself, right? Because let's say this swing failure winds up presenting itself tonight, right? Or early tomorrow or something like that, right? Maybe this happens during New York. Maybe we correct, right? Maybe we correct locally, and then we attack it on New York Open tomorrow. And if we did get something like that where we just kind of come up overnight or something and we try to swing fail this level, I would actually be more inclined to believe that this will bring price down locally before putting in a higher low and then finally going for those higher levels. And the reason for that is because if we swing fail this tonight, you still have that 2-day green dot lurking, right? So you have to remember that, right? You'll have this green dot just still kind of lurking in the background. And, when you're looking for these swing failures, again, in my opinion, if it happens before the 2-day green dot, that would indicate it's probably going to be a shorter term move before finally coming up and putting that higher high in on the higher time frames to get that 2-day bear div. Now, let's say it goes the other way, and let's say we start printing that green. If we started printing that green dot right now and we started pushing up and we did not swing fail this level, that's kind of how I would expect it to play out, right? Let's say we just start getting a pump here, 2-day green dot prints. That's where as soon as this swing failure does not present itself, like I said, I'm using that as kind of like my temperature check. If we're going to get those higher targets hit, those higher naked points of control, is going to be if we don't swing fail this level, in my opinion, it's probably going to be more likely that we get a move to the upside. Why? Because it's not just because that's what I feel like, right? The reason, I have a plan and a reason behind everything. And the reason is, if we do not swing fail this level, chances are we're going to be flipping this value area low to support, which at that point, you are at least expecting to get a move up to your point of control, which is sitting at 39K. So if we don't swing fail this level, the next level that I'd be interested in shorting is I would sit on my hands until I wound up getting that naked point of control hit at 39K. And that would be the next level I'd be willing to take a short at. Other than that, if we do not swing fail here, I'm sitting on my hands and waiting for at least this target to get hit. If not, these two higher targets. Again, getting closer to that $40,000 to $41,000 level. And that's simply put, guys, how I am handling these markets right now. I am not taking trades that are not there. To be honest, I'm actually been, for the past day, I've been pretty light on the on the scalp positions as well. Why? This is just a pretty wonked out, ugly, choppy range. I do not like to trade the low probability trades, guys. I like to have my trap set, wait for the level to get hit, and then take advantage of the bigger positions as long as you get the confirmation. So again, just waiting for those higher prices, and that is why I'm expecting it, because Here are the bullish puzzle pieces, guys, expecting that move to the upside if we get it, right? Not saying we have to come up from here. We could easily get a little bit more of a correction, might bing bong around before you get the move. But the main bullish case here for another push up is, number one, we know that these naked points of control act as a magnet. We talk about this all the time. So these naked points of control, they act as a magnet, sucking price towards them. That's number one. Number two, we are tapping on this value area low, so as soon as we're able to decisively break above this level and hold it as support, you are simply looking up to the higher value area levels, which in this case is that monthly naked point of control at 39K. That's reason number two. Reason number three is that if we are just knocking on this door, guys, and we are going to swing fail this level, looking for people to get stopped out of their shorts above this level, that is obviously going to, that gives us a lot of liquidity above these highs. What does that mean? Remember, price is attracted to the liquidity. That is reason number four. We likely have a lot of liquidity sitting above these highs. So that is the fourth reason. And I mean, not even to mention the 2-day green dot about to looking to print here soon on the 2-day, obviously. So that's like another little extra confirmation. Granted, these do take time to play out on the higher time frames, so that's why I'm not really like watching that as my signal, because you'll get a delayed signal just because it's on such a high time frame. That's why my attention is focused on the actual levels and actually what I believe, or the theory behind what is happening behind the candlesticks. And this is why I'm expecting a potential push to the upside. So Frankie Candles is saying that 2-day green dot, the liquidity above, the naked points of control, on top of the other things that I just said, could attract price to the upside. That means we're definitely going up. No, it doesn't. It does not mean that we're guaranteed to get the move up. Please understand, this is how the market works. So that is kind of the bullish case and how I'm approaching my trading plan if price gets that push to the upside, and not only how I'd be treating it if we got a push to the upside, but why I actually don't think it's that unlikely to get one more push up. Now, we have to look at the bearish case, guys, because as traders, we could take advantage of the bullish case and the bearish case, and instead of just betting on one end, being like, I'm impermeable, I'm only going to look for longs, and then not being able to make money on the way down, we could trade, right? We are traders. We could take advantage of either direction. So we have a plan if it goes up, a plan if it goes down. We set our traps. We have our confirmations. We wait for the key levels to get hit, and we take the trades when we approach the level and get the confirmations. So, and I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes, the other day on Ethereum, we will cover Ethereum in just a minute, we were talking about some stuff that we were looking at down here, and I even gave like a little bit of a freebie trade setup from this level down here. I forget. Someone said they took it in the chat. I told them not to. It's not financial advice. I told them they lose all their money and not to listen to some crazy guy on YouTube, but we did show what I was looking at down here to get a potential scalp to the upside, and you can see that bounce is coming in very nice. So I want to cover that today to help you guys understand why I was looking at a move up from this level, and how you could have capitalized on it, right? But just to kind of hammer home, setting your levels and waiting for price to hit them. But let's assume we don't get the move down, right? Because we have to be prepared in both directions. Now, if we do not get the move up, I think I said move down. If we don't get the move up, guys, this is kind of what I'd be looking at. And number one, or two things, right? There's two main value areas I'm looking at on price action right now. And it has to do with this value area right here with our point of control sitting at about 34,644, where you guys know that the Bybit wick came down and tapped that almost perfectly. But if we wind up, let me just move something over here. There we go. If we wind up getting a push to the downside, guys, what I will be looking at, number one, is going to be this more macro volume profile, right? Now, number two, we have this other volume profile that I'm watching, basically from this high all the way to the current price action. We have this kind of local volume profile that I was just mentioning is pretty messy, and I wouldn't really be willing to trade it just because it's just kind of really choppy, right? But if we get a move down here, there are some local levels within here that I would look for a bounce. And number one is going to be right here, these value area low, value area high confluence, right? So right about here, turn this blue for support. Bada bing. If we get that move down, this is going to be one area that I'm keeping a close eye on, and this is between about 36,545 and about 36,396. Now, you do have both of your value area. You have your value area low and your macro value area high, both potential areas of support that we can look for in case we are going to get the move down before we come up and attack the highs. If we're going to attack those highs, right? So that's kind of the local support that I will be looking at. And then once you get down here, right, now you have an idea of, hey, if I start losing this range, right, not immediately, because if you dip below this range but get bullish confirmations, you have to look at it as a value area low, and you could potentially look for the bounce there, back up to the high of the range, and then potentially look for the swing or the sweep of the highs on the way back up to your value area high. However, if you wind up getting down here and you cannot get back above your value area low, right, and you get stuck underneath this level, chances are you are likely going to get gravitated back into this older range, potentially bringing you all the way back down to this POC at about 34.6. And on the Bybit chart, this POC is actually at 34.4, and that is the reason I say that, guys, is because that's the actual level I will be watching. I won't be watching I won't be watching this POC. I will be watching the Bybit POC, just so everyone knows that is at 34.4. So we are going to be looking at that POC down there, again, if you get stuck underneath this value area low. And you guys want to remember, right, it's just simply a game of volume profiles, right? We are in this local range, so we're using that as our local map of price action. And then once you lose this value area low, value area high, you're thinking to yourself, well, hey, my new map or my new compass is now this range, right? So, you know, if you don't hold these range lows and get the bounce from there, you're looking to get accepted into this range and potentially target the POC right here or the value area low. Keeping in mind that I am technically watching that Bybit 34.4 POC, not this one, which is coming in at 34.6. Doesn't make this level irrelevant, but I will be watching that Bybit POC over the actual over the I'm going to come to the super chats in just a second, guys. Shout out to Ian. I see you, bro. But I do want to get this. I want to get through all this before I get to the super chats, just so we don't get distracted. But that's what we're doing, guys. That's what I'm looking at. These are the major ranges. And I do want to actually take a look at Lux Algo really, really quickly, guys, because as you know, I do use Lux Algo to confirm not only things on Market Cipher B or just things in my general volume profile analysis, but I also really like to use Lux Algo to confirm my key levels. And you can see here on the 4-hour time frame, if we do wind up getting a move back down to this value area low, you can see your smart trail, which is something I bring up about Lux Algo all the time, right? We talk about this smart trail all the time, and if we do get this move up into this key level, you can see your 4-hour smart trail is getting very, very close to being in pretty close confluence with this value area low, value area high confluence. And oftentimes, guys, these smart trails, I don't know if it's going to line up right here, but if we had a golden pocket at this area, which I don't think it actually lines up, yeah, it doesn't really line up, at least as of right now, right? Price comes up, we can re-pull the fib. But you can see that your golden, actually, no, I would pull it to here. So you do have confluence. So yeah, you can see, right? If price, this is even better. I didn't even mean for this to happen. Shout out to Lux Algo. But guys, if we get pushed down here, right, and we come into this kind of next key, this is kind of the next key level, I'd be looking for a scalp long. You can see your 4-hour smart trail may be able to come in pretty nice confluence with that, and your 786. So if we are going to put a higher low in here and get a continuation to the upside, this is going to be where I'm looking at. And the fact that we have the confluence with this 4-hour smart trail is very, very, very nice. And on top of that, guys, just for anybody who's new to Lux Algo or hasn't really used Lux Algo, typically, you know, how I use these smart trails is what I like to do with these guys is I will simply wait for a change of character, which is also a feature on Lux Algo. It automatically labels your market structure, which is very nice. It also shows you the colored candles here, right? And we've talked about this in live streams in the past. But once you see that candle turn green, letting you know that you have a bullish change of character, what I like to do is wait. I will sit on my hands if I'm not already in a long position. I will sit on my hands. I have a change of character, letting me know that we are starting potential bullish market structure. The candles turn green. What does this let me know? This lets me know that I am going to be looking for long positions, right? So as soon as I see these candles turn green, I'm in long mode, right? I'm saying, okay, if this comes back down and tests two things I like for it to test: local golden pocket 786 and the green smart trail on Lux Algo. And if you can get these both within confluence of each other, it adds to an even stronger setup, right? So you have the purple candles, right? You break your change your character right here. candles turn green, you get a move up, a straight move down, and where does price bounce from? It bounces right from the smart trail, which oftentimes is in confluence with your 786 golden pocket retracement, which you can see it was, right? So this is often, this is for me, when I look for entries, this is like a golden zone to look for a long position. And then you could go down to, say like the lower time frame. This is not a strategy video, but just because I've randomly found a really good example. So let me go ahead. And then like this is where you could come down to the lower time frame. I already know I'm on that 4-hour smart trail. I know I'm getting that 786 retracement. And this is where you can look for your potential entry points, whether it is a bullish divergence on a lower time frame or whatever you're looking to confirm your trades. This is kind of that's kind of where I start looking for my longs, and then I go down to a lower time frame, wait for that change of character, wait to test the smart trail / golden pocket or 786, and then I know that I am not safe. I don't want to say safe. That's kind of like I don't want people like expecting if you're just longing this randomly, you're guaranteed to win. But again, that is just kind of where you're looking and saying to yourself, well, hey, I changed my character. I came down. I have the green candles letting me know that I could be looking for longs. I test that golden pocket 786, and your smart trail is green or blue in my case. Obviously, I changed my settings a little bit here. If you are using Lux Algo, I do have a video on the channel showing you guys how to get my setup here. But yeah, that's like kind of like, okay, now this 4-hour candle's testing the smart trail. Let me go down to the lower time frame and find my entry. We're kind of looking back in price, so it's kind of hard for me to find exactly where we were. Or where we are looking for that. But that's where you would look for your confirmations to potentially look for a long. And whether that is a bullish divergence, money flow coming up, whatever you're looking at, just a really, really good way to kind of filter out the noise when you're looking for longs and shorts is using that smart trail, especially in confluence with your golden pocket 786. That's basically, I just wanted to show that kind of confluence. If we do come down here and that smart trails in our local support level here between 36,545 and 36,396, this is a potential area to look for a scalp long. Again, kind of using that same strategy that I just went over. So there you go. Yeah, let's see. Shout out to Sudeep Rouser said, Frankie, your charts are so pretty. Well, thank you, Sudeep. Thank you. I wasn't even trying. But yeah, shout out to Lux Algo for sponsoring the channel. I'm super excited to start working with them, guys. Like this has actually been in the works for a really long time, but we finally got it worked out, and here we are. But just wanted to show you guys that. But for the most part, guys, that's really what I'm looking for on price for Bitcoin. Just simply being careful of that secondary push to the upside and really not interested in those scalp longs until we come down here, again, for the reasons I just mentioned. And then, again, this is a beautiful area to look for your invalidations for a long. And if you get stuck under here, you get the bigger move to the POC or value area low. Simply just out here giving the roadmap of what you guys should be looking for or what I am looking at. And hopefully that helps you guys out. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Oval Bore Tech. Shout out to you. Said great business relationship and well-earned sponsorship. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you for saying that. And as you guys know, like I use Lux Algo since I started the channel. This is not, we don't just take sponsorships that's like for something like this, guys, where I can actually help you guys. We're not taking like any random buy or sell indicators or anything like that. I've been working with Lux Algo since I started the channel. I've used Lux Algo for a very, very long time. And same thing with all the other indicators that that are sponsored by or anything like that. Like I actually use this stuff. I am never going to just take a sponsorship for a quick money grab if I don't think it's going to bring value to you guys. We turn down so many sponsorships and simply just answer with, sorry, like, and they're always like, dude, what do you mean? We're about to give you so much money. And we're just like, dude, if it can't offer value to my audience, I don't want to push it. I don't want to push it if it's not helping you guys. And that's just like, it's hard for me to make up a reason to tell you guys something's good if I haven't had good experience with it. It's so much easier. I'm not about like hard selling our audience, guys. Like if I find something useful, like I want to promote things I believe in. I believe in Lux Algo. Not only do they have a ton of the premium indicators are insane. The ones I was just using, those are all paid. But you guys can save money. They are going to be doing a Black Friday sale. You guys can check that out. But I'm never just going to I'm never just going to show something I don't use. I truly love Lux Algo. They offer hundreds of free indicators, and I mean actual useful indicators that you can go check out for completely free. And they're good, guys. Some of the indicators I use that I love a lot are the free ones from Luxalgo. So, we've been working up for them for a long time. They have a lot of like free stuff that they could charge for. So we just truly believe in them, and I actually find their indicators very useful. So you're never gonna find me just like pushing stuff for a money grab, guys. It's just never gonna happen. But there you go, guys. But anyway, this is what we're looking at on Bitcoin. And then just to talk about the key levels of support, if we get a bigger move down, guys, again, obviously this volume profile gives you a beautiful map of where to look for bounces. That 34.4 level on Bybit is going to be a key level I'm watching, right? So right here, not only do we have a POC here, we also have some important structural levels here. So 34.4 is going to be the next main level. Value area low is obviously going to be an important level of support. But don't forget, guys, if we start losing this range, we could wind up starting to go and attack these single prints that are coming in between 32,514 and 31,925, with the golden pocket sitting just below. So this could be a very, very, very big area to test. And in my opinion, whenever that bigger correction does wind up coming in, guys, I think it's very likely to come visit this level, even potentially the 786 below at 30,900. So there you go, guys. That's what we're looking at on Bitcoin. Shout out to the 760 people concurrently watching this live stream, guys. 550 likes, and we're going to be giving away I don't know. Maybe we will. I don't know. We'll if we get 550 likes on tonight's stream, I'll add 550s. I'll add 2 hats to the giveaway. We'll add some more koozies, and I'll spin the wheel 15 times. All right, let's go ahead and check out these super chats. Guys, the super chats are coming in. What is going on here? Let's go ahead and celebrate the Mafia real quick before we jump into the altcoins, guys. And oh boy, do we have some stuff to look at on Ethereum. We may even be setting up for another trade here. However, I do want to talk about the recent price action on Ethereum, as it literally does whatever we tell it to. I seriously don't know why I'm not trading ETH more. I really should, because whatever reason, I don't know if it's I could read ETH better, or not that we get it wrong on Bitcoin a lot, but I'm just saying, like, for some reason, ETH just does what we say, and it's absolutely incredible. So we're going to take a look at ETH in just a second, but shout out to Dave Digital. He said, I also shorted Solana. Let's go. Shout out to Dave. Yo, Dave's out here crushing the trades. Shout out to Dave Digital. That's 2 money throws for you in one stream, bro. That was weak. That was weak. Shout out to Dave Digital. Congrats on your wins, bro. I love seeing people win, man. Especially like people who I know who have been taking this stuff seriously and like really trying for a long time, like Dave Digital. I love to see you guys win. It's like it might be more fulfilling for me to see than it is for you guys to make the money. I'm not gonna lie. But shout out to Dave. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. And we got Ian says, Frankie, just a random YouTuber doing his TA. Bro, you're the GOAT. Shout out to Ian. Yeah, bro, I'm just here making crypto videos and doing the TA and hanging out with the premium Discord. I just do my thing, man. Shout out to Ian. I appreciate you for being here. You're the man. You guys are funny. You guys are really funny. Shout out to Creighton C. Creighton, you hit a jackpot. I don't know why. But shout out to Creighton C. He said, good TA. I like your lines. Good lines. Shout out to Creighton. He says, oh, and smash the like. He's saving your bacon because he loves you. Show some free love and hit that like. Shout out to Creighton C. There was a typo there and it completely broke my brain. But shout out to Creighton C. Thank you for the super chat, bro. You guys are crazy. I get overwhelmed by these super chats, guys. You guys are insane. Shout out to Jessica. Thank you for the super chat. She says Jessica is with you. Well, let's go. Shout out to Jessica. Creighton C says, my first super had typos. Oh, that's funny. I just mentioned that. He says, yeah, say it so it makes sense. Love, not lover. Shout out to Creighton C. He said, saving, not whatever I wrote. The saving is what threw me off, Creighton. I'm not going to lie. But shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the And again, with Creighton Super Chat. Dude, take the money. If it's garbage, just wink at us and then push it. Shout out to Creighton. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there doing that, not winking to their audience because they don't care about their audience. But I care about you guys. I don't want you guys buying garbage, especially not a chance. Not a chance. Shout out to Creighton C, though. I appreciate the support. You're the man. And we got Crypto Anon. Thank you, bro. With a $20 super chat. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. He says, so happy for you, bro. I can't wait to see what comes from it. Congrats. You deserve it. Love you, bro. Shout out to Crypto Anon. I almost said Creighton C. Thank you so much, bro. Shout out to Crypto Anon. Show him some love, guys. He's one of our amazing mods. I miss you, bro. We hung out not too long ago when he was in ATL, but I already miss him. And his son. His son's awesome. For real. Shout out to your son, bro. But yeah, shout out to Dinero. Shout out to you, bro. Said, Frankie, run for president next election. Well, I would, but I don't think I want the stress of being a president. It's like, I'm already like don't like dealing with like random stuff. Like I feel like being the president or like running for office is like voluntarily opting in to just like deal with crazy drama. Yeah, I literally don't even like drama in my actual life, so I would never sign up for extra drama. But shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Dinero. I would run for president and obliterate all drama. I would just turn it all off. And yeah, shout out to you. Dave Digital says, I almost hit a jackpot button. Shout out to Dave Digital. He said, I'm taking the ETH trade, 53x, no pressure. Shout out to Dave Digital. Do not copy what I do. You will lose all your money. But Dave Digital, I mean, you're a savage trader, especially now, crushing everything. So speaking of ETH, guys, let's go ahead and jump into Ethereum and see what we got going on. Shout out to IN, says Frankie's charts are NFTs. Let's go. We used to make NFTs off of our drawings here, but who remembers the chart art, or the chart, as I like to call it, the chart art? But yeah, guys, thank you so much for the super chats. And also, real quick, shout out to Golden, who did gift 50 Frankie Candles memberships. Shout out to Golden. You're the GOAT, bro. You did it in the waiting room, so I couldn't spam the buttons. But shout out to you, bro. Absolute OG, absolute legend. Golden's undefeated. Shout out to anybody who got a free membership from him. I don't think we have anyone else to gift memberships to. So shout out to Golden. Yeah, those golden emojis in chat going ballistic. But taking a look at Ethereum here, guys. What were we looking at on Ethereum? Well, first of all, we were looking for a potential bounce off this level of support, which, as you guys know, was not only key because it was a previous value area high, but it was also a naked daily point of control with our golden pocket coming right in underneath, giving us a little bit of extra support, letting us know that this is probably going to be a strong level to look for a bounce. Now, what were we actually looking at? I think this is one of the rare cases, guys. I don't do this often. Look at the golden emojis in the chat. You guys are crazy, man. Golden, they love you, bro. We got to get you on the show somehow. We got to get you here. I know you're really Satoshi and you don't want to reveal your identity, but come on the show, bro. We'll hide your identity well, and we'll use a voice changer as well. Shout out to Golden. Obviously, guys, we were looking for a bounce here. Now, why were we looking for a bounce? Well, specifically, we don't do this often, guys, but we were saying, hey, if we can get a move into this blue box, which is that next key level of support for the reasons I just mentioned, we could look for a potential move up into these next levels, which is the POC of the previous range and the value area low of the range. And what happened? We got the bounce right up into that level, and look how pretty we rejected this purple box, guys. Like that body almost closed to the dollar underneath that purple box. And this isn't a magic level that only I can find. These are magic levels, guys, that I help you find and also show you how to find on your own every single day. Now, what were we looking at specifically? As we approached price here, guys, really the big reason I was looking at this as a very strong level was because we have a naked daily point of control. Again, not only a likely place for price to get gravitated towards, but also a very likely place to get a bounce from, especially when you have the golden pocket right underneath like we did right here. Now, more specifically, guys, what we were looking for here was actually... we actually didn't get the confirmation. One of the confirmations I was looking at was a bullish divergence, right? We were looking for a potential push. Oh, no, hang on. Let me turn on the fan, guys. Oh no! I forgot to turn on the fan for the camera. All right, there we go. I don't think we're going dark tonight, guys. I don't think we're going dark. But we actually wound up not getting that 1 hour bearish bullish divergence as we came into that key level because you could see this momentum wave did break the low of the previous wave, invalidating that bullish divergence. But if you come up to some of the higher time frames, you can see we actually got a beautiful bullish divergence on the 2 hour time frame, with your price making lower lows into that key level we were waiting for, with that 2 hour bullish divergence printing, amongst other things, right? I didn't give every single confirmation, but I was just saying, if you come down to this level and you start getting bull divs, like even on the 3 hour and the 4 hour, even that 4 hour bull div was like kind of a real signal that you were going to get the bounce there. And, another thing here, guys, was we were not looking for this to be an absolute moonshot to the upside, right? The reason we were looking for this to only come up to this golden pocket 786 retracement before getting a potential rejection to the downside was simply because of our money flow. Look at our money flow. We were coming out consistently and about to cross over into the red, letting us know that even if we got a bounce to the upside, it may be better to look for a rejection at these golden pocket 786 rejection correction zones because money flow is indicating that the downtrend may start to the or a downtrend may continue, right? Based off the money flow. The money flow indicates the longer term trend. So if, and that's exactly what happened, right? We got the bull dips, we got the bounce. We came in not only to the golden pocket, but also hit that 786, and we are now starting to reject. Now, I do think we could continue down a little bit more here on Ethereum. Why do I think this? Well, not only do we have this red dot printing on the 4-hour, but if we come on down to the 15-minute, you can see that we have a fresh crossover into the red with our money flow on that 15-minute, which indeed did happen at the same time as getting that 4-hour red dot. So this is sometimes where we wind up seeing a bigger correction, not necessarily calling for like a macro correction, but a lot of times you can see a significant move down when you have that 15-minute money flow crossing over into the red with your 4-hour red dot printing, right? So this could wind up getting a little bit bigger of a breakdown. And not only that, we also, really the confirmation to enter this trade or one of them would have been as you approach that 786, which is your upper key level, right? Also, right here, right? 786. If you come up and put those higher highs, right? Look at the 50. This is really the setup, right? Like if you see this, guys, right, where you have your higher highs on your price action into a key level of resistance that you're looking at. Now, this is obviously assuming you're not looking at order flow or anything. You only have trading view to look at. Key level, bearish divergences. Not only do you have a bear div from this high to this high into your key level and this high to this lower high, right? But you also have this third drive that comes into your actual 786 and gives you another lower high on your momentum waves. But really the key here, guys, is not only do you have the bearish divergence, but you also have the money flow in agreement, right? So your money flow is also diverging with the price action, right? So you just have a bearish divergence with money flow coming out. This is like one of the biggest things that we look for. Now, with that being said, that is kind of what you want to look for to potentially get into some fire shorts if you have that 4-hour red dot printing. And do we have the 4-hour red dot printing? We do. And not only do you have the 4-hour red dot printing, but you also came into your key levels, right? So, and right now we are currently trying to lose our value area low. So because of these things, guys, I do think that we may be able to get a little bit more of a correction down here on Ethereum. Now, if we come up to some of the higher time frames, you could even see your 8 hours starting to roll over with your VWAP. This could indicate a bigger correction incoming. And then come into your 12-hour, your 16-hour VWAPs are also rolling over. However, money flow is still kind of flat here, right? Daily fresh green dot is printing. So, obviously, this is, again, why I'm not necessarily looking for the massive dump because we have to be careful on Ethereum as well, guys, because if Bitcoin is going to come up and sweep those highs like we were talking about with that 2-day green dot printing or looking to print, we could see Ethereum do something very, very similar, especially with this green dot printing. And then if we do push up, we know we have our next key levels of resistance right here between 2146 and 2350. And if you do wind up, maybe we do get the correction a little bit, right? A little pushback. Then we come back up and attack these highs. That is where I would start looking for the higher time frame bearish divergences, such as the daily, right? Where you have a higher high on price, lower high on your momentum waves, much clearer signal to look for a bigger short position. But other than that, guys, simply put, came down to our key level, got the perfect bounce we were looking for right into the key levels, and we are currently rejecting those levels locally. So, if we do pull back just a little bit more, let's pull our local golden pocket here, right? Let's come up to the 4-hour. Right, you pull your local golden pocket. If we are going to come down and put a higher low in on that golden pocket 786 retracement, this would be the zone that we would be looking for price to bounce off of. Now I'm going to pull up Lux Algo real quick. You can see, look at that. Not only that, but your Lux Algo Smart Trail is sitting right at this level as well. Now, the Smart Trail does not always come up in these levels, guys, but when it does, it oftentimes does let us know that it could be time, or not time, but it could be a good place to look for a bounce, right? And again, same idea here. You break change your character, right? Change a character or Chach plus here, technically. Your candles turn green, letting you know that you are potentially seeing bullish market structure, right? Now we're saying, okay, we look for the retracement. If we're looking for that retracement on the golden pocket 786, you have the confluence of that smart trail. You could potentially look for the bounce off of that level, right? Little bada boom, bada bing. So, no guarantees, but if we do pull back, I would be looking at that as a level of support for those two reasons. The Golden Pocket 786 and your Smart Trail. And then, you know, if you wind up breaking those levels, you have to understand that, let me just clear up this Fibonacci here. If we wind up getting a bigger move down, bada boom, value area high, naked daily point of control, you start getting stuck under this value area high, that's where you could potentially target the lower levels down at about 1850, which is the point of control of the previous range. And guys, I actually want to bring up a little bit of an extra point here on Ethereum on that 1850 level. If we pull up the Ethereum liquidation heat map, pull up the 1 month time frame and we'll run it. I might have to go out to the 3 month. Let's see. Actually, no, let's pull up the 7 day potentially. Let's see. I believe I may be wrong here. Yeah, 1850 to 1860. You could see right here. Now, actually, there's two things we can look at here. Right up here at 21, right above this swing high here, guys. Look what we have. A significant amount of liquidity, right? There are a lot of liquidation points up here, and you could see that by the yellow and green boxes. The blue boxes where there is really nothing, and then the hot yellow boxes is letting you know that's where a lot of the liquidity is sitting. So if we get a push up, this would be a level where a lot of people would likely get liquidated and stopped out, which might be a level that we could reject from for that exact reason. However, to the downside, if we get a push down from where we are, and we break that value area high that we just talked about right here, and we come down to this point of control at 1850, you could see that we actually do have a pretty, like right down here, 1855, you could see this hot block, like really just this whole zone between about 1885 and about 1840. You actually do have a decent bit of liquidations, right? Making this not only an area that we can get gravitated towards, but also a significant area to look for a bounce. So you do have some confluence there with your heat map. So that would be generally the next target I would look for if we wind up losing this blue box decisively and coming down to visit that POC. Shout out to Dave Digital said, I didn't short ETH. Why would I do that? Shout out to Dave Digital. But let me explain something really quickly here, guys, right? So you do have the fresh red dot on the Ethereum 4 hour, right? So again, could you come down? Remember, local move to potentially put in a higher low. Why? Because of not only the smart trail being up there, but really one of the big reasons is knowing that we have that liquidity. Again, pull up that heat map right up here. We'll call it 2,115, right? Well, we'll say, let's see, 2140 to 21, right? So we have 21. Where is 2140, right? So 2140 is just above these highs to 2100, which is just above these highs. So we probably have a lot of stop losses right up here. So again, even if we do pull back locally, we could potentially see something like that happen. So there you go. It's a real hard game trying to figure out which end is going to get taken first. But again, just locally, guys, 15-minute red dot printing, 4 hour money flow. Yeah, I think we could potentially pull down a little bit more here in the short term. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard to tell, guys, right? Like, because your VWAP on the 1 hour is coming up. 90-minute VWAP rolling over. Yeah, 24-minute money flow crossing over, 30-minute money flow looking to cross over into the red. Yeah, I think you could potentially come down a little bit more here. I do think if you are going to get in here and get stopped out, I think it's going to be fast, and I think it's going to be like a clear, like, okay, stopped out of that short. Here we go, going to take the liquidity, and we're just going to rip up very, very quickly. Could be something we see. But shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat. Do not copy me. Do not copy trade me. Do not just take trades based off my TA. I do have to remind you guys that I am not a financial advisor, nor can I give financial advice. I'm just a crazy guy on YouTube, guys. Just a wild man on YouTube. But anyway, let's go ahead and continue on. Yeah, shout out to Crypto Anon said, I love high blocks. Such a great tool. Yes, absolutely. Darren Does Things says, liquidity. Shout out to Darren Does Things. Let's see, potential diamond pattern on the BTC 4 hour. We could take a look at that. Also, oh yeah, shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. I am missing something. Guys, we're about at that point. I jumped right into the Ethereum TA here. If you guys want me to take a look at your altcoin, spam them in the chat right now so Rob the Crypto Snob can count up the votes and let us know what coins we're looking at. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Yeah, shout out to you guys. Spam those altcoins right now, and Rob will count up the votes for us. Shout out to Rob for keeping me on point here. But yeah, okay, so potential diamond reversal. Yeah, again, I am less of a pattern trader. But it does not mean that it doesn't work. It also doesn't mean that I don't look at it, right? So, yeah, I guess you're probably looking at something like this, some kind of diamond reversal, whatever you're grabbing in here. That's probably what you're looking at. give or take, whatever highs you're going to. You could probably draw this in a million different ways. But yes, I do see that it could be a potential. A lot of times you get these diamond reversals when you get a big drop and then a big quick pump up. That kind of creates the diamond. You could potentially have a diamond reversal. Like these would be more likely to kind of just dump out of here and get a bigger move to the downside. And I do think that is potential, right? I think there is a possibility for that to happen. Yeah, there is a possibility that could play out. I am just being very, very careful if we come take these highs. But I want to be clear, guys. Just because I am waiting for these, oh my God, look at those altcoins. Good Lord. That might be the most alts we've ever had spammed in chat. That is wild. Shout out to Timothy Edwards, said, merch, I want that hat. Shout out to Timothy. Well, hey, bro, smash that like button. Get us those spins on the wheel. We may be giving some of these away. We got the Bing Bong hats and the Frankie Candles hats we may be giving away very, very soon here. So, or we may be giving them away this week. I don't know why I'm losing my voice, guys. Yeah, I don't know. I did a premium live stream right before this live stream. May not be the best thing for my voice. Let's see. You always get diamond reversals when stop hunts are issued. Yes, absolutely. That's typically what you're seeing with these big wicks to the downside, right? All the longs get stopped, and then a lot of times they will stop out the shorts as well, and then you get the diamond reversal. All right, let's see. Oh, shout out to Murillo. Shout out to you, bro. Says Gala looking the same as what you showed that happened to ETH at the 15-minute. Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at Gala in a second. Murillo, I think were you in the premium Discord asking for Gala? I didn't get a chance to look at it, but we will look at it tonight. Rob, if you want to add that automatically to the list. Yeah, he said, take a drink, you need it. I'll wait. Shout out to you, bro. I will take a sip out of the... We got the black coffee tonight, guys. We don't have the Aztec and Cactus Moss Water, but we do have the hot black coffee. In the Ember mug, keeping us hot here. This mug keeps your coffee warm. Shout out to Mrs. Candle. She got me this for my birthday. But anyway, let's continue on here, guys. So that is, that was what we were looking at on Ethereum, looking for a potential bigger cool-off here. But if we do wind up coming up here, I think that stop loss will get smashed. So just be careful with that. But I'm going to go ahead and I will start off here. I guess we'll start off on Gala. I guess we'll just jump right over to Gala. All right, let's see. KuCoin, bada boom. Actually, let's pull up the Gala Binance Tether US. Okay, so here we are. So Gala, simply, right, as we look at whoops. Well, I guess I can get rid of this fib anyway. As we take a look at Gala here, right, guys, clearly we are respecting this value area, right? So let me get rid of this level. I don't know what that is. And let me just zoom out to show you guys the range that we pulled this from. Obviously, this old range from back here on Friday, June 16th. Right? So that's where that is pulled from, and we have extrapolated those levels over here, and well. Guys, this is how I want you guys to start viewing the market, right? This is how I am able to predict these things. Any predictions, well, not all of them, but a lot of times these predictions that you see, guys, are based off previous levels from old value areas, right? So what happens when you range in an area like this? Bing, bong, bing, bong, bing, bong. You respect these levels. And then you have balance, right? This is balance in the market. You have balance, and then you have imbalance. And then you have balance, and then you have imbalance, right? So when price leaves an area, and then you have some kind of wonky balance, and then you have imbalance, right? And when you have imbalance, guys, price will go hunt out either a new value area or it will go respect an old value area. And although we did respect some of these levels, it wasn't the best range that we respected. But if you look at it, it was pretty small anyway, right? So you wouldn't really be taking this into account as much as you would a significant range like the one above. And what happens when you revisit these ranges, once you get inside them, aka when you're coming from underneath them, once you break above that value area low, which simply put is just the low of your range, you could look for price to hold that support and then get a move up to your value area high where you could potentially look for shorts down to the low. And oftentimes you will re-respect that same value area that was once respected in the past. So there you go. That is kind of where we get these levels from, and they are obviously very, very respected, even, months later. So you can see we've broken into this value area, and we've essentially just been kind of respecting this this range, right? Let me just draw this POC real quick. Boom. Whoops. Come on. Right about there, right? So we'll mark that out as POC. or previous POC. And yeah, so as we sit at this value area high, guys, we are getting a 4-hour red dot. And you had a very, very similar, yeah, shout out to, I forget who said it, I forget how to say your name, bro. I'm sorry, I butcher it all the time. But he was saying he's looking at the same thing on the 15-minute for Gala that we saw on ETH, and I would go ahead and say, hey, bro, I kind of see the same thing, right? So he's looking at these higher highs as you deviate above your value area, right? And the lower highs on your momentum waves, giving you that 15-minute bear div with your money flow in agreement, right? Money flow is also coming out, right? So you have bear div, money flow coming out. That's a nice little confirmation. And just in general, guys, how do we treat these value areas? Once you come above your value area, you are thinking of this as an overbought asset, right? This is overvalued. If you know that price recently has been agreed, if people have agreed that this is the fair price within the range, and then you deviate from your range, that's where you want to look to short it back into the fair value. So that's kind of the whole idea behind trading these value areas, guys. And you know, at this point, if we cannot get back above that value area high, we could look for a bigger correction, potentially targeting that point of control of the range, coming in at 0.02350, which is simply just put the point of control of your range, right? So, and then, you know, we could even pull this local range, I would argue, right, from here to here. And yeah, we could potentially just be looking, if you were unable to get your entry here on that 15-minute bearish divergence, right? And then you got the move down and you're kind of sitting in no man's land here thinking like, are we going to come down? Should I take the short or did I miss my entry? What I would do is just pull this local range and come down to a lower time frame and just trade the local range, right? If we come back up to these value area high, this could be a decent zone to look for a short entry, right? But if you were coming down here and you're at the low of your local range, you don't want to FOMO short here because you know there's a likelihood of a local bounce to the upside. And you would have been much better off entering at that value area high revisit to get a better short entry. So for me, if I were looking to short this, I would probably be looking for a retracement, right? Because in my opinion, I've already kind of missed the bigger move here. So if you pull your fib, I would probably look right here. Golden pocket, and then both your value area highs. This could be, and there's no guarantee you come back up here either, right? So, you know, at this point, you know, really the time to catch this trade was up here as you deviated above your value area. But if you were looking for a new entry, I would probably wait for a retracement at least into your value area high, golden pocket confluence, where you also have your more macro value area high coming in right on that golden pocket. So if we were to see something like this, where we got a little bit of a bounce back up into this area, that might be where I look for my confirmations to enter a fresh short. Again, potentially targeting the POC of the bigger range at 0.02350. So there you go. And then if we come on over to the 4-hour chart, what I would do here is let's go ahead and pull up Lux Algo. And well, would you look at that, guys? That same place where I would be looking for some support at that POC. If you get that move down, that smart trail may be sitting right at that level. It's just crazy how the smart trail just always, like anytime I find a key level that I'm looking at, like a pull down to this POC, you pull up that smart trail and you're like, that 4-hour smart trail, if this is the key level, that smart trail is probably going to be coming through there at that time. Now, I know it's not there just yet, but you can see it is right here getting very close. So as price action develops, you may be able to get that smart trail to move up into these key levels. And if you pull some local fibs, right, and you get confluence on that smart trail and the fib, pull it from the low to the high right there, you can see, I mean, hey, not only do you have your POC as a key level, but obviously your value area low of that range is also going to be a key level to look at for some support, right? So, you know, mainly that value area low is kind of your most key level of support, but, you know, your POC is already really close to your value area low here. So you can kind of look at this as kind of one big long zone, especially with that smart trail flying through. And you know, what do we have here? Change of character, retest on that smart trail before the bigger bounce, right? So just another, yeah, this would definitely be a zone I'm looking at. And there you go. And what is this price? Let's see what this price is. Let's see. 0.02304. Okay, yeah, that's really what I'd be looking at. Again, simply put, guys, keeping it nice and simple, trying not to confuse everybody with all the different levels and fibs and all these indicators. simply put, guys, you're looking at the range here, right? Just simple range. You're at the high, potential possibility of a rejection down to the POC or the value area low. Once you lose that, you're looking down to your lower prices. So there you go. That is what I'd be looking at on Gala. And then on top of that, I mean, fresh 4-hour red dot printing looking very similar to a lot of other stuff. 16-hour, like even your 8-hour VWAP is rolling over. 30-minute money flow coming out. 24-minute money flow also coming to the downside. Fresh red dot. Yeah, could be time to get a little bit more of a cool off here on Gala. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, said special request, check out Coinbase stock before continuing the alt ticker coin. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, and more of a big shout out to my friend Josh. Yeah, I have me and Tony have a friend visiting here, and they may or may not work for Coinbase. I'm just saying, guys. We got the hookup over here, guys. We got the Coinbase people. We got everybody. But it's actually true. It's a true statement. And I'm going to go ahead and check out the Coinbase. Let's check it out, guys. Let's check it out. We never check out stocks here, but Coin, if we're going to look at a stock, I feel like Coin is probably the one we want to be looking at. So coming in right now, hang on. Let's see. Yeah, no, we'll look at this. Okay, so taking a look at our daily. Now, I actually did, we were hanging out with our friend from Coinbase there over the weekend, and I did take a look at this chart, guys, and what I did notice here, just instantly while we were out having fun, and he's like, hey, check out the Coinbase chart. I'm like, okay, fine. And I did, and what I see here, guys, is kind of not too shocking, right? Daily money flow crossing over, weekly money flow crossing over into the green, which would indicate potentially that we could see a continued rally here on the Coinbase stock. Now, this isn't too shocking because, right, we just recently got the money flow crossover into the green on Bitcoin, and obviously crypto is starting to move its way, in my opinion, potentially out of this bear market for a potential bigger move to the upside, eventually making our way over to the halving and then getting that bigger parabolic bull run that everybody knows and loves. But you could see Coinbase kind of following suit here with a fresh money flow crossover into the green. And not only that, guys, but that is kind of mimicking Bitcoin, although Bitcoin's a little deeper into its weekly money flow crossover. But the VWAP is rolling over. So this kind of looks similar to Bitcoin's weekly time frame, at least on Market Cypher, with the fresh money flow crossover with the VWAP coming down, which is not to be too, it's not too shocking, right? Because again, like they kind of would mirror each other, right? It would make a lot of sense, right? Coinbase, crypto goes up, Coinbase is probably going to start doing pretty well. So with that being said, we are deviating slightly from this kind of consolidation range that we've been in all the way since May of 2022. Also makes a lot of sense. We have had this inverted head and shoulders, guys, where we actually did wind up testing the neckline. So if we go ahead and mark this out, let me go ahead and pull up the head and shoulders tool. And yeah, you kind of have your left shoulder, right, your head, boom, and then your your right shoulder. I'm just going to kind of rough this out. Wait, hang on. Left shoulder. Hang on. Let me move this. So we'll say, there you go. So your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder, and then really your neckline would basically be, something like this, right? And we have broken out of that head and shoulders, right? And again, I want to remind you guys, I'm not a huge pattern guy, right? So, I don't necessarily just this isn't, in my opinion, like the end all be all, but this would be pretty bullish, right? Because not only, just because we have the confluence of that money flow crossover into the green, we get the breakout to the upside, get a move back down, retest that neckline. This is typically where you want to be looking. If you're trading patterns, this is typically where you want to be looking for your long position, and then you wind up getting the bigger break to the upside. So, this is kind of textbook head and shoulders, in my opinion, and that could signify more upside, especially when accompanied by that money flow crossover into the green. And just the idea that if Bitcoin in crypto is going to go into another bull run, it wouldn't be unlikely to see Coinbase stock, in my opinion, follow suit. So there you go. That is, I'm just going to do macro analysis on that. So there you go. Shout out to Josh from Coinbase. There you go. That's what we're looking at. I'm kind of bullish in the long term for that Coinbase stock based off that weekly time frame. So there you go. And shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. Pin my next chat. There we go. It's up there. Thank you, Rob the Crypto Snob. Dave said, Frankie, price is the same now as in your first live. Is that true? Potentially. Dave, do you know the date of our first live stream? Shout out to Dave Digital. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the great memory. If so, and that would kind of also make sense. I mean, a lot of stuff is correlating here. Very interesting. Shout out to Dave. Thank you for the super chat, bro. All right, let's continue on. Yeah, looks good to me. Shout out to Crypto Jam. Frankie, could you check out Solana this time, please? How low can we potentially pull back? Shout out to Anton. Anton? I can't see that whole name. I apologize. But yes, we will take a look at Solana. It is not on the list, but I will go ahead and add it. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ordi. And then we're going to go to crypto. There we go. Let's see. Let's go to Binance Tether US, and it's going to the moon, guys. That is it. Anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm going to have to try to find another. Let's see. Is this a new coin? I guess this is going to be a hard one to find. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Okay. Looks like the OKX chart is the ORDI. Okay, yeah, so it looks like OKX has the most price history here. And this is the weekly time frame. So we actually do have a significant amount of data here to analyze, at least on the daily, right? So here we are. Getting a pretty big rip here. I'm not familiar with this. Yeah, I'm not familiar with this project, so hard for me to give like my full 2 cents on this. However, taking a look at some of these higher daily time frames, looks very similar to a lot of these altcoins, guys, right? VWAP rolling back to the downside, looking for the red dot on the 4-day, 3-day red dot printing, 2-day red dot confirmed. Now, from a money flow perspective here, this does look pretty bullish in my opinion. You know, oh, there we go. Just printed another 2-day candle here. And yeah, VWAP just kind of starting to round off here. Money flow continuing up. So long term, I would be bullish on this for continued upside in the long term. But this thing has had an absolutely monumental run all the way from the low to the high. It pumped almost 900%, guys, just shy of 1,000%. I'll just get a more accurate read on that. Yeah, like almost 900%. Is pretty crazy, right? With no significant pullbacks. So what would I be looking for here? Now, again, with the 3-day and 4-day red dots printing or 3-day red dot confirmed, 4-day red dot printing in your 5-day, 6-day, and weekly VWAPs. Well, can't see the weekly VWAP. But the higher time frames are obviously cooling off here, right? And we have never had a significant push to the downside through this entire moonshot to higher prices. So locally, what I would be doing here is I would probably be more looking for a retracement to look for a for a fresh short position. So if you pull your fib from the high to the low here, we do have this golden pocket. I'm actually going to come down to a lower time frame. And yeah, okay. So this would kind of be the full. And again, this is going to likely change if we continue the move down, right? If we don't come visit this level before a bigger move down, you would have to, like, let's say price came down, right? Whoops. Let's just say price came down like that, right? You're going to have to adjust that fib, right? So, you know, if we came down again, you're not looking at this fib anymore. You're pulling it to the low, and now you're looking at that new fib, and you have to adjust it, right? But if this is going to be where we get a bounce from, this is going to be kind of your 786 golden pocket retracement that I would be keeping an eye on. Shout out to Wolf. Whoop. Shout out to Wolfman Ate My Crypto. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for the super chat. He says, this was on the token metrics post. Best percentage gain I've had to date. I love Tony D. Yeah, if you guys don't know what Wolfman is talking about, we do have our token metrics altcoin gems in our dining room section of our Discord, which is free. It costs no money to get into if you're signed up with any of our affiliate exchanges. It gets you right in to get free access to that channel where we give these altcoin gems. I didn't even know this one existed, but shout out to Tony D. He's been posting those token metrics calls in the Discord, and we've had quite a few of them actually take off recently. We've gotten a couple of messages of people thanking us for posting that. Very, very useful. Ordy to the moon. Shout out to the BRB. Shout out to you, bro. And Wolfman, thank you for that super chat. Yeah, totally baller. Shout out to Crypto Totoro. Totoro, I'm going to talk to you in a second, bro, once I finish up this TA on Ordy. Yeah, 4-hour money flow crossing over into the red. Now, unless you are going to go on some kind of, Monumental, just parabolic bull run on this coin, guys. This 4-hour money flow crossover with those higher daily time frame red dots printing, and even here on your 16-hour, your 12-hour, your daily even money flow starting to come out. You know, I'm not saying that we're going to dump from here. I actually would be a little bit more cautious of another push to the upside first, but I would be probably sitting on my hands waiting to come up to some of these golden pocket 786 retracements. And then I'm just going to check Lux Algo really quickly. You could see we are coming in to that smart trail, which is, again, likely matching up with the golden pocket. But really why I pulled this up was because in the same way you would look at this for support, you could look at it in accordance with these golden pocket 786s on the downside as well, right, in the opposite direction. So if you have your smart trail, your bearish smart trail, confluent with your 786 golden pocket coming from the upside, it makes it an even stronger level to look for a potential continuation to lower prices, right? But we don't have that here, at least on the 4-hour time frame. I don't have it on the 2-hour. See, 1 hour maybe? No. So we just don't have that confluence, but, you know, you got to look for it, right? But simply put, guys, I'd be waiting for a potential retracement here. If we nuke from here, I missed the move. No big deal. But I would definitely be a little bit more inclined to either look at this 786 golden pocket or even this more local one, this more local 786 golden pocket. I would probably look at this as kind of a whole short zone, right? We come back up into this box. This is where I'm looking for shorts to potentially revisit some lower prices. And those levels that I would be looking at probably going to be down here at that value area low at 1752. And yeah, let me see. Let me pull these more macro golden pockets real quick. Yeah, that would be a key level. This is probably that golden pocket. Yeah. Okay, so locally, guys, this is what I'm looking at. If we get a push back up, I would be looking for shorts within this purple box. This purple box is coming in between 26.45 and 24.16. So if we come up, that may be an opportunity to look for a short. I actually don't know where you can short this right now. But if you can, that's where I would be looking for a short. And then once you get below this value area low, you're looking to revisit the POC, revisit that value area low, which now we know has confluence with this golden pocket, right? So that would be kind of key level of support that I would be looking at for a bounce, would simply be down here between about 18.16 and 17.30. 786, you always want to keep an eye on. 15.12 is where that 786 is. And these are kind of the next, significant levels I would be looking at for Ordi if you get a significant retracement back to the downside. Now, if we were to pull that full golden pocket retracement, I would maybe be willing to, and then even from here to the high, you have some lower levels down here, but you're going to have time, you're going to come down and interact with these levels likely before. These will give you some kind of reaction before you get a bigger move down. So I'm not even going to look at those lower levels, but local, for me, this is what I'd look for. In my opinion, not a bad time to be looking for shorts, but I would wait for the retracement to higher prices so you're not entering on a local bottom, right? Because, again, you want to remember here, right? You're hitting this POC. Not only that, if you pull up, even Market Cipher, green dot looking to print here on the 45-minute. 1 hour green dot looking to print as well. Bullish divergence into that POC. So likely that we're going to see some kind of little retracement to the upside. We pull into this area. This is where I'm looking for the short. And then for a long, this would be the first place I'd be interested in a long position. So there's the key levels. There's the analysis on Ordi. Shout out to Ordi. Let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Digital Pencil, said short stream just means 5 minutes longer instead of 20. Dang. Digital Pencil. That might be the most accurate thing ever mentioned ever in life. That is literally what that means. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and move on to our next altcoin, which is going to be Rune. I see people looking for Rose. We could check out Rose as well. Solana will be first because I don't want to forget it. We will take a look at Rose, though. So Rose and Solana are kind of the honorable mentions here. But what is this? This is the daily. I don't even. This is not even our. Hang on. Let me pull up the actual Solana chart we like to look at. There it is, baby. There it is. Okay, so Solana, guys. Solana, as you know, we were looking for that. Yeah, guys, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Pencil's a savage. Yeah, 100%. I mean, shout out to Digital Pencil. You can't. But Sol is a security. Gary said so. Shout out to Chemistry Pro. I know, right? You can't hate on Digital Pencil. When you speak with that much accuracy, you just can't hate on that. You can't. I'm just kidding. I love you, Digital Pencil. Shout out to you, bro. But yeah, take a look. Obviously, guys, we were looking for this move up to our next target, right, which was 65.82 right here. To be quite frank with you, no pun intended, we were actually, I don't even remember why I was looking at this level. It was significant, but 65.82 was that key level we were looking for. And what happened at that level, guys? We put in that 4-hour bearish divergence, looking for the correction to the downside. We got it. And now we could be on our way for a bigger correction. Look at your money flow on the 4-hour, right? This is indicating the trend may continue to the downside, right? So not only are we looking for money flow crossing out, but, you know, you could look for this trend to, because of that, you could look for this trend to potentially continue down. We'll take a look at the key levels of support in a second, but I want to pull this range, right? Now, not necessarily looking to short right this second, guys. Again, because your VWAP is coming up. Your 2-hour VWAP is also looking to print a green dot here. Your 1-hour green dot is confirmed. So again, not necessarily looking for a insta-nuke here on Solana. I would be more inclined, as we are hanging out at this POC with the fresh green dot on the 2-hour looking to print, I would be more inclined to look for a potential retracement to the upside. What are those levels I would look for a rejection at? Well, simply put, you pull the full golden pocket retracement from the high to the low, and that gives you this golden pocket right up here, which we actually wound up front running on our first retracement to the upside, right? So we got the move down, got the bounce, but we never retraced into the golden pocket. So I would potentially be looking for a potential push. Key levels to watch: value area high of the local range, right? This is going to be a key level of resistance, to be clear, right? Make that purple, bada boom, right? Make this purple as well, bada boom. Where is it? Where is it? Come on, come on, come on. Okay, I'm just going to leave that there. But you know, first key level I would be looking at is the value area high. I would simply treat this as a value area. If we get a bounce back up to your value area high, you're looking for shorts. And if you deviate, you know you have your golden pocket 786 as a key level of resistance to look for a rejection to the downside. So simply put, I'd be sitting on my hands on this if I wasn't already in a short, which I'm not. But if I wasn't in a short yet and I was looking to short this thing, I'd be waiting for a retracement into the value area high, golden pocket, or 786. That is the zone I would be looking to ride this thing back down to the POC. And then if you get the bigger breakdown, lose this range. Next key level, like real significant level of support I would be looking at is probably going to be this previous value area high at 41, at about $41, right? Just even. So that is, as someone said, how low can we go on Solana? I mean, take a look at the daily. I mean, you have to remember, when you break out of a value area, it's not uncommon to come back and test that level as support before continuing to the upside. And, you know, if we pull our full golden pocket, I mean, hey, I mean, from the bottom of the bear market, let's see. If we pull our fib from the bottom of the bear market, bottom of that panic dump, or the FTX collapse, right? That golden pocket winds up bringing you to the value area low of this range, right? So this value area low at 29.69, I don't know if you're going to get all the way back down there, but if you push all the way back down to that level, guys, this would be a monster level to look at, right? Full golden pocket retracement, value area low, amongst other things, right? Like this would be a very, very key range to look at, between about 30 and 27 bucks. Very, very big level. I don't know if you're going to be lucky enough to get a move down there. So just be careful. But pulling some other significant golden pockets, POC, beautiful confluence with your next macro golden pocket, and then pulling to your next significant swing. You can see, just right there. And you could probably get one. Grab this again. Pull it up to your, POC might be the level to look at. But obviously this value area high, if you wind up losing this, let's pull up the volume profile here, zoom out a bit. Remember, guys, like not a lot of volume below us here, right? So we start losing this, we could be working our way down to that value area high. Honestly, another key level I'd look at, it's going to be right here. 47.61. Keep an eye on that level, right? We got rejected here. You also have a significant shelf of volume there. So I would label this. Watch that level. or WTL, as some people like to abbreviate it to. But yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at on Solana. So, first real significant, if we push down here a little more, 53.71 is very likely in my opinion, but that's not really a big move. First significant move down, I think you will get a potential visit of 47.81. You lose that, likely going to get a move closer to this value area high. Once you hit this value area high, again, not only is this going to be a level to look for a bounce, but also an area to look for potential just to watch the interaction with the channel, right? If you get stuck underneath this, you're probably going down for that POC, which, remember, has that macro golden pocket sitting right there as well. So very key levels to look at. So for me, top 2 levels to the downside if we get a big move down for Solana. Number 1, 47.73. Number 2, 41.06. You lose those levels, 33.23 is likely in my opinion. If you lose that, 29.67 very likely. So there you go. Shout out to Rai says, I bought at 30, sell now, question mark. It depends on what you're looking to do. Shout out to Rai. I assume your name is Ryan. Shout out to you. It depends on what you're looking to do. Are you looking to ride this into the next bull run? Did you buy a spot bag to ride into the next bull run? In that case, I would definitely not be taking profits here. I would be holding this until the next bull run. And then if we got a big move down, I would simply load up more. But if you bought this as a short-term trade to make a quick buck, then there's no saying how, there's really no saying, guaranteeing what we can see here. But, if I had a longer-term spot bags, like my longer-term spot bags of Solana, like I'm not selling right now. I'm holding that into the bull run. If we come back down, I'm just going to buy more. If I was in a long position from $30, essentially the bottom of this value area low, nice position, by the way, congrats. Very nice work. But if I was in a move down here, right, I got a long here, I would definitely be taking some kind of profit on a leverage trade that I took up here for sure, especially because that was one of our key price targets, was the level that we are rejecting perfectly right now at 65.82. So can't tell you what to do, not a financial advisor, but, that's what I would be doing. So, all right, let's go ahead and continue on. Shout out to Jessica, who is now named Tony D's future wife. Shout out to Jessica. I can't wait to see you two lovebirds come together. But let's see. I was in a long from 30, closed it today. Shout out to Dave Digital. Third time we're throwing money for Dave Digital tonight. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. But let's go ahead and move on. We took a look at Solana. Let's take a look at Rune. We didn't look at Rune yet, did we? I don't think we did. Did we? Oh, wait. Did we look at Rune? No, we did not. God, man, you cannot make this up. Okay, so we're going to take a look at Rune, and then we would... yeah, sure. You won't be mad at Rune for sure. 7X coming. Shout out to 12 Big. I can't read the rest of that, but shout out to you, bro. We will take a look at Rose right after Rune. But simply put here, guys, we have this naked point of control, which was our next significant target on Rune, which was coming in here at about $6.37. And you can see this naked point of control simply, just coming up on this naked point of control, right? You have the point of control here. It was untouched, making it a high likelihood area to come up and visit. And what happened? You wind up getting the move up, bing bong, right on that POC. You get nice resistance, get the pullback here, and now we are actually seeing some support right on the support level that we gave, sitting here between about 529 and about, between about 519 and 488. So we are getting that nice little support within our box here. VWAP rolling back up on the daily, 16-hour, 12-hour, 10-hour rolling back up. 5-hour and let's see, 8-hour. Oh God, these VWAPs are ugly. But just in general, guys, like just from a okay. Anyway, sorry, guys. But anyway, money flow coming out here on the 8-hour. Sometimes chat gets distracting. Money flow coming out here on your 8-hour, 5-hour, and 4-hour money flow also coming out. This looks very similar to a lot of the other altcoins. Higher daily time frame, red dots, printing or looking to print, as you can see, after you tap that key level. So very similar, to everything else. I could potentially be looking for the same thing here on Rune, which would be a potential retracement, right, into your golden pocket, or almost like the scene of a crime here. Golden pocket 786 coming in between 640 and 605. If we are able to get a retracement up into these levels, that is where I would be looking to enter a short on a potential lower high. And then remember, you never know what golden pocket or 786 zone you're going to retrace, so you can always be looking not only at the fib pull from this swing high, but also this swing high and this swing high, which would bring it a little bit lower. So you may want to keep an eye on the local levels of rejection as well, which could be sitting down here, between about 592 and 587. And then if you pull your local range here, right, come down to a lower time frame, right? Obviously, we have a nice little clean range here, right? So we pull it, right? We pull those clean ranges, baby. But if you pull that range right before the breakdown, you could see your value area low is also coming in confluence with your golden pocket here. So two major areas I'd be looking for the short. If you do get another bounce to the upside, you may be able to get a move up into here to put in a lower high, continue to the downside. If you get above there, above that value area low, you're simply targeting the POC as resistance. And if you get a move up to the high, these are two levels that I would be looking at for resistance. And I'm actually going to mark them out separately. And actually, let me get rid of these lines just to clean things up. Get rid of this, and then I'll grab a box. Bada boom. Right there. And then bada boom right here. So that is going to be, and then I'll take away these value area high, value area low POC levels. Bada boom, bada bing, bada bang, right there. So these are kind of the three major levels I'd be looking for lower highs to come in. And simply put, I am waiting for price to come up. If it does not come up to this level, I do not short, right? If it comes up to this level, I assess the situation. Am I getting confirmations? If yes, go for the short. If no, look for the next level. Do we have confirmations? If yes, go for the short. I'm less likely to short this level just because it's the middle of the range. And I would much rather come up to the value area high where you also have that naked point of control sitting, which is no longer naked, to put in the lower high. So these are the three major levels I would be looking to go short from. But simply put, not looking for a short until we get the retracement based off of what market cipher B looks like. But now you guys have those key levels, and this key level we were looking at the other day is technically still holding as support. And even if you come up to a lower time frame, a higher time frame, yeah, like 2 hour, if we push down here, guys, if you're looking for scalp longs, potentially, you remember your money flow is fighting against the longs right now. So, but if you could control yourself and keep this to scalp longs, if you push into that golden pocket a little deeper, even that 786 could put those bull divs in some of these, hourly time frames to look for that bounce. That could signify the bounce into those retracement zones to look for the short. So there you go. That's what I'd be looking at on Rune. All right, let's go ahead and pull up. What was it? What was the other one? Somebody tell me. Let's see. Let's see. Tony D resides in Jessica's. Okay, shout out to Dave Digital. Not going to finish reading that one, but shout out to you. Rose is the one that they were asking for. So let's go ahead and pull up Rose real quick, and then we'll look at Tia. All right, let's take a look. So, see, daily. Let's clear the chart here. Remove all our drawings. Hang on, guys. Real quick, shout out to Crypto Totoro, guys. A while back, I got to meet Crypto Totoro, and he brought me a very special gift because, as you guys know, I've been having a rough time with our Razer mouse, which is supposed to be like a really good mouse, as this thing is garbage. It completely disconnects from my computer constantly, and for anybody who watches the stream all the time, you will know that I've been very close to breaking this many, many times. But no more need to struggle with this garbage mouse, guys, because Crypto Totoro has now given us a new mouse, which is some kind of weird vertical mouse that I've never used before, and it's very hard to get used to, but I like it. It's much more comfortable, and I finally got the batteries for it. You guys were all wondering what Crypto Totoro gave me that I had to put batteries in. It was this mouse, guys. I don't know why if you guys had dirty minds, but we now have this mouse, guys, and my fingers are thanking Crypto Totoro. I appreciate you so much for gifting me this mouse, bro, and I'm sorry it took me so long to find those batteries, but we are now using this mouse, and it is 10 times better. We don't get disconnected constantly, so shout out to Crypto Totoro for keeping us alive here on the Frankie Candles YouTube channel. Shout out to you, bro. But that was long overdue. I was supposed to do that a long time ago, but we finally got those batteries. So shout out to Crypto Totoro. Show him some love in the chat. But Let's go ahead and continue on, right? Let me go ahead and hide the VPVR real quick. Well, actually, let me look at this real quick, right? Because if you take a look here, guys, just overall for Rose, you could see that, on this all-time chart, assuming this is all of the price action, you can see most of our volume is down here at these lower prices, right? We've obviously spent more time down here than anywhere else. Now, not only have we spent more time down here, but we've also obviously transacted much more volume, and you can see that by this high volume node. Now, the cool thing right now is that if we are able to break out of this range here, guys, and we're able to get above this high volume node, right? This giant high volume node. If we're able to get above this and hold it as support, we could wind up seeing a pretty quick move to the upside, right? Because we don't have much more volume. We don't have much volume. All the volume is down here. So your real key levels to get above is, number one, you had to get above this macro POC, which we wound up doing, right? Now you got to make sure you get above the entire high volume node. And if we can get up here and get a decisive breakout, guys, we could be seeing a clean break to upwards of 18 cents, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying we are instantly going to teleport there, but if we do wind up, getting a breakout here, remember, quick moves down oftentimes result in quick moves up, right? And that's why we look at these volume gaps so much on the channel, because they oftentimes indicate when you're going to get a quick move. So with that being said, we have a little bit more context into the price action by looking at our range here. Now, obviously, we've been trading in this range for quite some time, and we are attacking the value area high. So if we are able to get above this level, like we're at key resistance right now, right? Daily VWAP rolling back to the downside. This actually looks like you might get a VWAP flop here on the daily, which medium term wouldn't be the best look. But, yeah, it's hard to say here, guys. What I would hope for, this is what I'm hopeful for. What I would like to see here is a cool-off as we have the higher time frames cooling off. 6-day red dot looking to print. 5-day red dot looking to print. 4- and 3-day red dots confirmed. We're getting mixed signals on the higher time frames. There is no doubt about it that we are getting mixed signals on these higher time frames, right? This fresh money flow crossover, with the VWAP curving up would indicate a bigger move to the upside, right? So, yeah, we are literally knocking on the door to higher prices. So, really, as long as we don't see these higher, it depends. If these higher time frame daily red dots are going to print and give us a bigger move down, they got to start showing face right now. Because if this 2-day green dot prints with money flow coming up, fresh 3-day money flow crossover, this is letting me know that it is going to be likely, in my opinion, to eventually get that move up to the higher prices, right? And again, potentially targeting that 18-cent level, where you have a little bit more volume kind of collected up here, right? You're basically going to be testing the lows here, right? Which is, again, coming in at about 16 to 18 cents. But you got to get above this value area high. So that's kind of what I would look for, right? Like once you wind up getting a decisive break out of this value area high, that's where you could look for the quicker move up based off all the volume. However, locally, if we come down to our lower time frames and look at the local range, let me go ahead and move this back, spawn the levels. We could wind up getting a local rejection at these macro levels, guys. Money flow coming out. This is actually, yikes. Rose is kind of mixed here, right? Because we are really knocking on the door to a potential moonshot. Very low volume above us. But this daily, I don't know, the 2-day green dot looking to print, this is not clear. I would be careful of a push up, but we are clearly hitting resistance, guys. And what I'm looking for here is like macro bearish signals, which you have your bearish divergence here on the 4-hour, lower highs on your momentum waves, higher highs on your price action, money flow coming out, and money flow crossover into the red. But locally, I would be playing the local range, to be honest, right? Because when things are that unclear on this many time frames, just trade the local price action and wait for the bigger move, right? So at this point, if you wind up getting your 2-hour green dot to print, and we do wind up getting a move back to the upside, value area high is that key level you're looking at for a rejection, right? Value area high, golden pocket, 786 retracement, right? So again, like look at your 1-hour. 1-hour green dot is about to print. Why would I enter a short here if I know that 1-hour green dot's about to print and give us a move up? I'm likely going to get stopped out. So why not sit on your hands, wait for these lower time frames to give you the retracement to the upside, and then enter your short at the higher probability rejection area, which in my opinion, as of right now, would be that golden pocket 786, sitting right here between 0.07465 and 0.07345, right? So that's what I'd be looking at on Rose. But other than that, I probably would not be trading this just because things are very unclear right now. But yeah, I mean, it does look pretty similar to everything else. Let me actually look for macro support here real quick, guys. Because if we have a golden pocket, yeah, where we're at right now, yeah. Yeah, Rune is hard right now, guys. Rune is hard. Because, yeah, I would look for the retracement, potential short, back down to this golden pocket. Like, this would be the ideal scenario for me. But in a bullish environment like we're in right now, guys, it's very, very, you got to be really careful with, like, just hoping that the best scenario plays out, right? So this is what I would look for. Locally, if we get to move into this area, I will be looking for a potential short confirmation. I'm probably not going to take the trade, right? I'm not trading all the altcoins, but if I were, I would be looking for shorts here, ride down to the POC. If we get below that POC, I would look for a bigger move down to the golden pocket. Once we come down here, if you're lucky enough to get it here, listen here. If you're getting lucky enough to get a move back down to this golden pocket 786, this is where I'm looking for the savage long positions and potentially buying a whole lot more on spot. The question is, we may see something like we wound up seeing on Link, right? Where we had that super, super long-term range that we were trading in, right? You came up and then came back down, tested that POC as support, and then you got that big breakout. And where did that breakout happen? It happened right into a low-volume gap, which is why we were looking for that fast move on Link as well, right? Very, very similar setup here, right? Because literally, let me pull up a clean Link chart real quick, guys, because literally, this is very similar to Link. Boom, right? So you have your massive volume profile down here. Let me just pull off the indicators real quick, right? So you have your massive volume profile here. This is kind of where, let me pull up the VPVR real quick. This is like where we're sitting right now on Rose. Is that what we were looking at before? I think it was Rose. But right about here, right? You're like starting to break above that massive, massive high volume node. Well, let me zoom out a little bit, right? So you were above that high volume node, you came back down, tested it as support, and then that's what got you your bigger breakout through this low volume gap, which was eventually targeting right here at about 13 cents, which was the previous this previous golden pocket that we were looking at. Or just in hindsight, or actually, no, we were looking at this high volume node, this little spike in volume right here, which we did get caught up at, but that's what we were looking at, right? Break out of the volume gap, test of the POC, and then a bigger breakout to the up to this high volume node, and then obviously we got the bigger move to the higher prices. But I just want you guys to realize, like, this is kind of where we were on Rose. If we go back, right, back to Rose, we are testing that POC right now, right? So this, just to be clear, come on, give me that dang, whatever, we're leaving the arrow. But that's kind of where we are, right? We peaked out of the value area, now we're testing that POC. This is where Link was like, nope, I'm out of here, breaks up into that low volume gap, giving you the massive move up. So I would be careful of that potentially happening. That's why I would be careful with the shorts. But if I did get bearish confirmations up in this area here, that's where I'd look for the bigger move down to the value area low. So there you go. That's what I'm looking at on Rose. And shout out to Golden. This man is a loon. Shout out to Golden. Bro, congrats to anybody who just got a Frankie Candles membership. We got Golden out here gifting infinite memberships. Shout out to Golden. He dropped, was it another 50? Golden out here on a fresh week of the Frankie Candles YouTube channel, dropping 100 memberships. Absolutely insane. He says, Chemistry Bro says, Golden the chosen one, the one to bring balance to the crypto markets, the one that lights candles on the moon. Shout out to Golden. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Golden, you are an absolute legend, bro. I cannot believe. Shout out to Retro Mayo. He says, hashtag battery fund. Thank you for that $20 super chat, bro. And now I could buy even more batteries to keep our mouse here ready to go so we don't wind up getting our... well, there goes the voice, guys. So we don't have to get our mouse batteries dying on live, so we can't look at the charts. Shout out to Retro Mike. Oh, my God. I might not be able to finish the show here, guys. Now let's go ahead and the last coin on our list, guys, is TIA. Let's go ahead and check it out. Tether US on the Binance exchange. Let's see. Dave Digital says, clear your throat, bro. I'll be honest. I think if I clear my throat, it'll be worse. I think that's going to make it worse. My voice just cracked like a 12-year-old boy. That was pretty funny. All right, let's see. Frankie, are you okay? Inhaler? Will inhaler fix your voice? Maybe. But guys, let's do some. We're running out of time here. Let's go ahead and do some quick TA on TIA. Little TA on TIA. But let's go ahead. We're going to have to check the lower time frames, guys, because there is not a lot of info here, right? Like I can't even look at the 8-hour chart. So we're going to have to look at this on the lower time frames. Looking very, very similar, right? 4-hour money flow coming out. 2-hour money flow looking for a crossover into the red. 1-hour money flow is already in the red. So, yeah, 2-hour looking to crossover. Taking a look at they can't even see the daily. Dang it. Yeah, this is going to be hard. I could give you local TA, but I can't really give you too much long-term price predictions or anything, or just long-term TA, just because there's not a lot of price action to go off of here. Shout out to Izam. Thank you for the super chat. Said, Frankie, can you take a look at CWS? It caught my attention. Thank you very much. Shout out to Izam. I will take a look at CWS very, very quickly, but I will remind people that will be the last altcoin. I don't want everybody spending money on super chats, and then we can't look at the coins. So just before you send a super chat, that is the last coin we will look at. Shout out to Izam. We will go ahead and check it. I see people calling for AVAX as well. Maybe on the Frankie fake out, we will check out AVAX. But we are already running late here, guys. So let's go ahead and jump into the TIA chart. And, I mean, really, guys, this is going to be a hard one because it's very little information to go off of here, right? Money flow coming to the downside. This is indicating that we could wind up seeing a bigger pullback to lower prices, right? We could get a bigger move to the downside here. However, yeah, I don't even know. Like, there is, like, almost not enough to go off of here, right? So if we were looking for a retracement, you could watch this golden pocket 786 retracement level. I don't even really have a clean range to pull unless I were to pull this range where your POC and your value area high have confluence with your 786 golden pocket. However, I'll go ahead and do this. I would be waiting for some kind of a retracement either into this golden pocket retracement zone or into this value area low. Those would kind of be the levels I'd be looking to short, but very little information on this and price history. So I wouldn't really be, I would be taking this with a grain of salt because like you even have another value area down here that you're probably respecting right now. So these are kind of your two local ranges. You've already come down and tested your value area low almost. So, yeah, this one's kind of hard to call. I don't know if I really trade this. There's not a lot of price history here. But if I were looking for a short here, with the 4-hour money flow crossing over into the red could be a significant thing to look for, I would be waiting for a pullback at least into this previous value area low, just coming in at about $6.55. And then between the POC and value area high is kind of that next zone I'd be looking for shorts at. But I don't really typically trade like stuff that, you know, It's hard to trade this stuff like legitimately like on a longer time frame when you have such a little price history. Like this is good for scalps and stuff, but I don't know enough about this project, and there's not enough price history for me to really make a longer term call. But with the 4-hour money flow indicating that the trend may continue down, the likely places to get those lower highs in would be right here, in my opinion. So there you go. All right, let's go ahead and continue on here, guys, with our last altcoin of the night, which is going to be CWS. I have a feeling this is going to be no price action or no price history as well. Is it? Is it? Oh, nice. Nice. We've got flow. We've got flow, guys. We've got flow. Shout out to TikTok. Only like 3 people in chat are going to understand that joke. But anyway, let's take a look here. Mrs. Candles loves the flow guy. Let's see. Pull this range. And let's go ahead and boom. So we're getting the 786 retracement right now, coming into some significant support right about here. Change that to support, blue for support. And taking a look, fresh red dot, or no, not fresh red dot. 5-hour money flow crossing over into the red. 6-hour money flow coming out. 8-hour money flow coming out as well. Yeah, daily red dot printing. Okay, so if this continues down, guys, your key level to watch right here is going to be the value area low. As soon as you lose this level, I would probably be looking for lower prices on this. And let me go ahead and pull from, let me pull this fib right here. Okay, so actually, yeah, next key level I'd be looking at on this would be the 786 down here. Coming in at 0.2232. So right about, come on, right there. Come on. Right about, right, come on, right there. Okay, so that 786 at 0.2236, that is going to be the next key level, right? Because what happened here, we came down, right? We got a pump, came down, tested that golden pocket, got another bounce, and now we are coming down. So if we lose this golden pocket, guys, we are likely coming down to this 786 retracement level. That is coming in at that 2236 level. And that's kind of what I'd look for. That daily red dot is very possible for that daily red dot to bring you down there. On top of that, let's check our 90-minute money flow. 90-minute money flow has been just wonked out in the red for a while. This is nasty looking. You can't even take anything away from that. 4-hour red dot. Confirmed. Let's see. Yeah, this thing's ugly. I wouldn't really be looking for a trade on this right now. I mean, the price action is pretty ugly on this in general. Yeah, I mean, this just looks... Yeah, I don't really like the way this looks. But, yeah, I would look for a potential bigger push down. You have a fresh 6-hour red dot, fresh daily red dot, and if you do continue down, those are the key levels I'd be looking at, especially if you lose this value area low. Right about there. So there you go. And then that 786 is backing you up for sure. But there's really no clean range to pull. Like, this thing just kind of gets a move, continues the downtrend, move, continues the downtrend, move. It just, I don't know. I don't like the way this looks, to be quite frank with you. No pun intended. But there you go, guys. That is basically what I'd be looking at. Just watch those key levels. Be careful that green dot or red dot on the daily. Other than that, it looks similar to everything else. Money flow coming up on all the higher time frames, on almost all the altcoins in almost the same exact manner. So, guys, with all that being said, that is all the time we got for tonight's live stream. Let's go ahead and pull up that Wheel of Pain and Pleasure. Let's see. All right, let me pull up our picker wheel. And, guys, we are looking in to that new comment and like giveaway winner picker that allows us to do crypto giveaways incorporated into the website, which is super, super cool. How many likes did we get? 400 and something likes. How? I don't know. I don't know. We used to get, I don't know how we got 550 likes was like low for us in the middle of the bear market. And for some reason, price pumped, and now we get way less likes. It's very, very strange. I guess people are more willing to pump the like button thinking it'll pump price in the bear market. Very interesting. But we got 430 likes on tonight's stream, so we're going to spin that dang wheel 4 times and give you guys a bunch of free stuff. Let's see. Blockchain Domain said, bro, what are we supposed to do now? Who's going live? Wait, what? Shout out to Blockchain Domain. I don't know if I understand that. Let's see. What do I got? Okay, give him a giveaway. I'm like torn between chat and the wheel right now. Let's see. Yeah. Open the club. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Shout out to French Toaster. Let's go. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. Said you're leaving us and now I'm bored. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. Well, that is no worries, bro. That is no worries because we'll be live, same place, same time, tomorrow, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Blockchain Domain. Open the club equals play them tunes. I don't even know, guys, I don't even know how many times we spun this wheel. Hang on. We got 4 spins. There we go. 3 giveaways. We'll give one more. One more for good luck. I think we'll get 450 at least. Boom, there we go. Give them a giveaway. Jessica says, have to go watch Sin City. Go check out Sin City, guys. We love Sin City. In my opinion, they have one of the best shows in crypto, some of the highest production value, and just like the nicest, most honest, like just good people. And you can't say that for everybody in the space. That is for dang sure. 1, 2, 3, 4 giveaways out of 5, baby. And that's what we got. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys right here tomorrow, same place, same time. And hey, shout out. I forget who said it. Somebody said someone's out there running their mouth lying about you. Guys, I can't control what people decide to like just make up about me to, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really have much to say about it, at least right now. So, yeah, I mean, feel free to spread the good gospel of who I really am. And that is an honest person, not someone who manipulates their audience and lies to them like other people. But hey, guys, I always have the truth. I got all the proof. I got all the truth. So if anybody wants to question my legitimacy or how trustworthy I am, I got all the proof, guys. I am a trusting person. I've never backstabbed anybody in my life, and that's all I'll say about that right now. But with all that being said, guys, we got 4 giveaways out of 5. Add that to the list, mods. And with all that being said, that's all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you tomorrow. Same place, same time. Hopefully my voice comes back. 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Don't forget to spread the word about me, guys. Hasta pasta. Bing bong.
Hey, yo, Jay, can we get some ratchet one time?
Look, I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peace. You gon' see the flex when you hear these writtens. Trust me, you know the difference. I got a long ways to climb before you see a slippage. I see the process and the journey I'm supposed to be, but perplexed, cause I don't really see nobody close to me. Hopefully this ain't wasted and I know it ain't. You gotta take the time for seasoning to marinate. You need the patience under pressure just to detonate. I'm trying to blow up and these heathens need to get it straight. Gifted with a vision and precision, I'm just trying to make it high key. Might be breaking free like I was Zion in some Nikes. Tucked at the crib, bro, you know just where to find me. Making beats and spitting crack verses pretty likely. Yeah, socks with the burst, boy, ain't changed a bit. Normal guy till I die, you know what it is. You probably thought I'd give up now that I got some kids, but really now I got these arrows aiming at your ribs. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. Hey, please be on the notice, these my motives. Bought my chicken and it's rotis. You parsimonious, you take it all cause you a locust. My focus is to grow this mission. A visionary, get a dictionary. We here off the ribbon, we ain't sharing, we just caring. Let me speak it to the manager. We damage her, no you ain't messing with an amateur. I'm ramming, the competition ain't standing up. They fanning from left to right cause now they branded us. Now who that is? Mike Jones, they ain't want me now, they all on me. Got counterfeits trying to play me, I guess they thinking I'm Sony. These big head dummies showing up and out of their character. Homie, you need a price cause without it the squad ain't hearing you. Top of that, we ain't fearing it. We swinging for the fences with the sting of a left hook that connects with Sonny Liston. I'm dismissing any and all of the disrespect. Nonetheless, it ain't a threat, I'm just letting y'all know who's next. I don't wanna talk. How you try and press the kid and really you was soft. All you know is capping, homie, you don't know the law. Pedal to the metal, you ain't catching me in park. I just hit the stop. I don't wanna speak. Talking all that good, so I just hit you with the plays. Running up the score like Tyreek, I'm going deep. Watch me how I'm saucing, I be spreading it with ease. You gon' see the peas. You gon' see the...
All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump right into this AVAX TA. I said we may. I say we may take a look at it, but here we are, guys. Taking a look at AVAX. As you guys can see, we did get a move up into our value area high, golden pocket, naked point of control area, where we were looking for somewhat of a rejection, and we did get it here, at least on the 2-day time frame. Daily red dot confirmed. We did get that rejection, guys, and if we are going to continue down here, see, 8-hour, 4-hour. Yeah, money flow consistently coming out on all these time frames. Very simply put, guys, I'd be looking for a very similar thing here, right? Being careful, right? You could see on our local price action, we do have a little bit of a range here, right? Right about here. Pretty clean range. On top of that, when you have, as we are approaching this level right here, this value area low, that is a level of support. And when you see these lower hourly time frames, your 2-hour, your 1 hour, your 1 hour is very close to printing a green dot here, right? So if you are going to get this green dot, you may not want to short this right now. You may want to wait for a potential move back into these higher prices. And simply put, I would be looking at this volume profile, looking at that POC, value area high level for a potential lower high to come in. More specifically, I would also look at, let me pull up a clean AVAX chart real quick. Bada boom, right? So let's zoom in here and let's turn off all the indicators. And this is not the clean AVAX chart. Oh, shout out to the Black Friday sale on TradingView. Let's go. But here you go, right? As what we can do here is look for our golden pocket retracements, right? So from this actual swing high all the way to the low, you can see we've bounced into that golden pocket before rejection. So what I would do here is simply move this to right here, right? So you have your swing high to your local swing low, right? And then also you can look at your volume profile for extra confluence, right? And then bada boom, really, I would be looking at this zone for a rejection, right, based off the golden pockets. However, you could also watch your POC as another level because likely if you pull, yeah, there you go, right there. Yeah, so I would really be looking between the POC and the value area high. If you don't get confirmation to go short at the POC, knowing you have this local golden pocket 786, I would sit out. If you don't get your confirmations, but if you get, and then if you come up to the value area high, in my opinion, this is the saucier level to go short from just because it's a bigger golden pocket or a more important golden pocket, in my opinion. But you just have to be aware that that POC may act as resistance as well. But really the rejection zone that I'd be looking at is just going to be right here between that golden pocket 786 and value area high before potentially going short once again. So there you go. Other than that, guys, looking very, very similar on all the other time frames as all the other altcoins. 4-hour money flow coming out, but a local bounce would not be unlikely before I started looking for actual short positions. So, guys, I just had to double check if I was actually if I was actually showing my screen. But guys, with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you right here, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. See you guys next time. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like, yeah, you about to see me on demand like, you know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah, on a roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, ayy, on a roll, here we go, yeah, at the top of the class on a roll, ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the